Oh, Lord, listen. I need everybody in the chat. Pray for me. I don't know how I'm going to get through this video. This video is 45 minutes. I'm definitely going to have to do this in sections. Because there's no way I can watch 45 minutes of what the dummy trying to explain the most simplistic, non-artistic, extra try-hard Drake of trying to have symbolism and meaning and layers. Like, we know this is not what Drake does. But this is why. This is why, what the dummy, that you're in the position that you're in. 45 minutes for Iceman episode 3. Oh, listen, please pray for me, y'all. Pray, give me the energy, give me the tolerance, give me the patience to make it through this garbage. Because there's no way you can stretch this out for 45 minutes. Pause, no Diddy. But for content purposes, listen, if I was not a content creator, I would not be watching this. Oh, Lord. 45 minutes for it, man. All right, come on. Let's see what the dummy got to say.
Real quick before we get started, I think this is like the best breakdown that I've ever made. Like, I'm
super all right.
Proud of this. I hope you guys enjoy it. All right, guys. So we finally got Iceman episode 3 from Drake, and this time it all went down in Milan, Italy. A quick refresher, episode 1 was in Toronto. We had Drake at the Iceman factory.
All right, I got to speed this up to 1.7, 1.75. 1.5 ain't fast enough. No, we got to skim through this.
We got the single for What Did I Miss, and then he drove the delivery truck through the city for all of downtown to witness. In episode 2, he went even heavier on the visuals, where Drake's team turned it up a couple notches. We had Drake at the brewery. He was staring at a couple red buttons. A Pinocchio was stalking him. He received the mysterious bag from Central C. We got the record for which one. He gets away from the Pinocchio, jumps in an elevator, where he stares at another red button before he catches a train. That's a high-level review of what happened so far. And now with episode number 3, Drake's team...
That's a high-level review.
Took the production to a whole other level, as this episode required 16 cameras, 2 Steadicams, 1 drone, 14 locations with just 3 days to prepare, and I didn't count, but there has to be at least over 100 actors. A lot of people overlook like the work that goes into this, including me, but this is like a live film. Just a quick disclaimer, there are a lot of Italian landmarks and references in this episode, and I'm going to try my best to pronounce some of these words properly, but I'm destined to mess up some of these names. The episode opens up with a wide shot of Castello Safranza in Milan. During the day, this is one of the busiest places for tourism, but in this shot, it looks lifeless as it's shot at nighttime. Now, inside these walls lies some of the most celebrated art in human history. Names like Leonardo da Vinci.
I don't care about this! Get to the meat, but God damn!
These artists were paid for their labor and not their legacy. Whoever controlled and owned these walls, from a music perspective, they didn't own their masters, right? This castle is a perfect symbol of power, control, and legacy as it pertains to art, and I believe it's a perfect representation of the music industry and how things work. Just like the famous art behind these walls, the music and legacy of an artist is owned by the label. In theory, UMG is no different than the leaders who own this castle. They'll put up the money to fund an artist, but more...
Who doesn't know this? Duh, it's the music company. Everybody know that you're not gonna own your shit. What the dummy? It's the music industry. Who doesn't know about this already? We in 2025, not 2025 BC. We already know this. Like, what are you? God damn, man.
More times than not, they own the music forever. It's almost like as long as art has existed, there's been...
We already know this.
This power dynamic where rich, wealthy, powerful people own the art.
All right,
the business location.
Listen, there's no way I can sit here. I'm going to be skipping through this. This is like self-explanatory. Like, duh, motherfucker.
Of Iceman in Milan. Not to get confused with the business of Iceman in Toronto. They are 2 separate enterprises, but this is a perfect shot that acts as a visual motif to remind us right away of the continued theme around the Iceman. Cultural events. The most unique aspect about this stadium is the fact that 2 rival football teams share it. They have one of the most famous and long-standing rivalries in the history of sports, and that is AC Milan versus Inter Milan. This competitive dynamic under the same roof is a perfect example of how UMG structures its business. On the east, we have Monty Littman, who looks after the East Coast labels.
Man, shut the fuck up. All right, man.
Picking the referees to call the games. You want to know how they got caught? Wiretaps and a whole lot of them. I'm talking direct evidence of discussing which referees should call their games. Now, call me crazy, but from Drake, we've seen owls on phone lines. We have entire records like Nokia based on phone calls. There's a theme around taps itself.
I got your fucking lines tapped, I swear that I'm dialed in.
And he even installed a phone booth outside of his house.
A big bridal path mansion, a payphone booth. Remember those?
Is this like a subliminal message from Drake? I don't know, but, a phone booth is where you would go to avoid wiretaps.
Paulie hated phones. You wouldn't have one in his house.
Big guy, fucked about 10 years ago. He got busted for peddling H.
The scene then switches to the Bacchiophilia Casalanza. I'm so bad at this, bro. It's here where we get a yellow and blue
You're really bad at this.
backdrop with a few old timers playing bocce ball. Now, bocce in particular is a game that takes time and patience. It's not a fast action sport. Players take time to measure angles and plan their shots well in advance. With this Iceman rollout, Drake has been playing the long game. There
Oh my God. Oh Lord, give me the strength. Give me the strength.
are many clues that the title of Iceman has been in the works since 2003, and we saw Iceman references on the Plot Twist Instagram account just weeks after his beef with Kendrick ended.
Y'all put it in the front page, back page, middle page, wherever headliners, column 1 or 2, we will win game 2.
Next, we see a statue called the Mother Abu, and I believe this statue represents one of the most important aspects of the episode. This statue is based on an old 1800s play where Mother Abu is this greedy, power-hungry woman who will do anything to get to the top. She manipulates her husband into killing the king so that he can take the throne. Mother Abu causes massive damage and chaos because she pushes her husband to make reckless choices. These are choices where it looks like he's making them himself, but really she's behind the scenes calling the shots. In a nutshell, the statue symbolizes greed and manipulation. It's a strong statement that the person wearing the crown isn't always in control and that there are invisible forces pulling the strings behind the scenes. A good example would be like, say, a president, right? People say,
Skip.
creative control. That was until she left her label behind and started an independent label called PDU with her father. The most interesting part about this is the fact that Minna is known as the first Italian singer to ever own her own record label and recording studio. She is the first Italian musician to really fight for independence in the music industry. She's Italy's first independent superstar. What's even more impressive is that Minna's career completely exploded as an independent artist. She gained far more success on her own than she... Parole, like all that's just talk. It's just words. Next, we see a standard open door, but it's part of a much larger door frame. This is often referred to as a wicket door, and it's very common in older Italian architecture. Humans would go through the smaller door, and the bigger door was used for cows and cattle and stuff like that. This door in particular is located at the Chiesa del Carmen Church in Milan. And it's at the end of the video where we're really going to talk about this church. Eventually, the music stops and the scene cuts to the Iceman truck in Milan. What we see next is the entrance sign for the exact same location from the scene with the bocce court. However, this time I did note Drake carrying the bag as he walked.
Go. You made all right.
Yeet seems to be playing the role of... He leaves the restaurant and walks towards the Iceman truck, and at the time I thought for sure he was going to drive the vehicle, but instead he gets into a smaller car, which I believe is a 1970s Fiat 125 Special. And now he begins to tease a bunch of new music. When it comes to the music in this episode, there are a lot of interesting lines, but I'll break them down in a separate video because most of it is not relevant to the theme of the episode. However, one thing that I do want to point out is that on 2 separate songs, Drake seems to bring up that they want him dead.
I wonder how long I'll be at the top if they don't kill me.
Oh, y'all want to see me go? Y'all want to see me dead?
Some might hear these lines and think about Drake's ops in terms of rappers, but this is also reminiscent of what Drake alleged in his lawsuit against UMG.
I wonder how long it'll take him to count out 2,000 million.
So again, in relation to the lawsuit, you can do the math. Drake is talking about the label counting out $2 billion. Now, is this a figure he's hoping to get? Is this what he values his catalog at? Is he saying they'll have to fork over his catalog? I don't know. The line really leaves more questions than answers, right? But Drake has been talking about these super max deals, right? Drake comes to a stop, and the next big location is to Torretta del Nuovo Macello. I know I'm terrible at these names, trust me. Wine, and one by one, because each one is neatly tied and identical across the group, whereas the Pinocchio from episode 2 is entirely different. The Pinocchio from episode 2 is more polished, right? He's
It's 9:30 in the morning when I'm recording this. I feel like drinking. I feel like I need the smoothest, no, not the smoothest. I need some cheap liquor. Some cheap tequila liquor. What's that bottom shelf liquor? That liquor that you get for $10 is 2 liters. Tomahawk or something. Not Tomahawk. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That cheap ass liquor that you used to drink freshman year in college when you wasn't 21, but you ain't had no money, so you holler at somebody that's 21 and you get cheap ass liquor because you broke and you a college student, I want to drink that bottle right now.
Meant to be in the public eye. I think he's an artist, and I still think it's Kendrick. The difference in costume details feels deliberate, as it suggests that these 4 Pinocchios are all tied together as one collective force.
Shut up! What the? God damn it!
They are not artists, they are suits that represent industry executives pulling the strings. They're still puppets, but they're corporate puppets. The likely suspects for the 4 Pinocchios would be John Janik of Interscope, Monty Littman of Republic, Avery Littman of Republic, and another person who acts as an inside mole or whistleblower. If you look at Drake...
Why not Tony Tone? How about that? How about this to be Tony Tone? Why couldn't this represent Tony Tone? Do you know what today is?
Who acts as an inside mole or whistleblower. If you look at Drake's lawsuit against UMG, these are the key players at the top that would make up the plan. Now, if you're wondering about Lucien Grange and where he is in all this, he's been in the restaurant the whole time. If you look at the man seated behind the Pinocchios, this is a stand-in actor meant to symbolize Lucien. Notice there is not a single moment where he even looks or acknowledges the Pinocchios. Drake's lawsuit alleges that Lucien was fully aware of the plan, but turned a blind eye to it. And the fact that the Pinocchios are able to get into the same building and spaces to be this close to Lucien told me that they were executives.
I wonder what the dummy breakdown is going to be if he sees Drake eat a salad. Well, this is Drake trying to symbolize the UMG legal battle that he's going against. Now, the base of a salad is normally maybe lettuce, maybe baby spinach. But on this picture, Drake is trying to illustrate that he is organic. That he is forever life, and that he is the base of the industry. Now, Lucy would be these breadcrumbs right here, which are called croutons. If you don't know what croutons is, it's a breaded heart. Shut the fuck up! See, there's different levels to Drake, just like you see in this salad bowl, you know. And one thing we know about Drake is that he loves to get his salad tossed. Okay, so
Right? Like Lucien's, he's turning a blind eye. He's not looking, he knows they're there, but he's keeping his distance, right? Each Pinocchio receives a single ice cube on their plate, and you can see that they look to be discussing business. One of the Pinocchios then writes out the word legacy on the tablecloth in red sauce, likely meant to symbolize blood. This is a strong statement to symbolize that what's on the menu is Drake's legacy, his name, his reputation, his catalog. They want to eat off Drake's legacy at any cost, which is why it's written in blood. However, they don't get a 4-course meal.
they eat off everybody. What the fuck? They eat off of. That's the whole point of signing a. Like, is this what the dummy? What are you exposing? That the industry is crooked. Everybody knows that they're crooked. That the industry want to own people masters. They do that with everybody. What are you exposing? Like, this is not. We are in the year 2025, not 2025 BC. Fuck this fucking idiot. Holy shit.
The only thing on the menu tonight are ice cubes, Drake's signature as the Iceman.
As the Iceman. Oh my God. So this ice, no shit, Sherlock. No shit.
His part of the plan as someone who stood to gain financially from the beef.
Man,
but was meant to be loaded. And I believe this symbolizes all the smaller players that make up the plan. They're just regular.
I need a break.
Drake enters a room with the bag, and the girl is very happy to see him. It's clear that they know each other, as it's all smiles and they hug. This is the first time we've seen the Iceman character give off any authentic signs of trust. Drake then proceeds through a secret hidden door, and as you can see, the inside is all red. In episode 2, we saw a bunch of doors, right? So there's definitely a theme around doors. From here, Drake previews a new song titled Stuck, and I'm not
What about her pants, man? What does her pants illustrate? Because her pants are loose, this means Drake booty is loose by how he be getting fucked in the ass by the industry his whole entire career. So these pants indicate how much he be getting fucked in the ass since he dropped his first mixtape. Like, what the fuck? Like this.
Not sure if this coincides with the theme at all. I couldn't really make any connections. The woman sits down and watches a video of Drake. Now, wherever this was filmed, it is the exact same location as the Fighting Irish freestyle that leaked in January. Eventually, it was posted to the Plot Twist YouTube channel, and as you can see, this is the exact same fireplace. We'll talk about this soon, but this freestyle is really important. Eventually, Drake reappears from the hidden red room, and now he is wearing a different outfit. This is the first time over the course of the series where he is not in the Iceman character, and I believe this is for a very good reason. Something that a lot of people seem to miss is that while Drake takes a sip of the wine, the woman gives him another red card, and Drake
Nobody didn't miss it. Nobody gave a fuck. Obviously, we can see him changing outfits. Nobody missed it. It wasn't important.
Drake leaves the room with the bag. I believe this woman represents a key aspect of information, possibly something that could blow this entire thing wide open. This is where the Mother Abu statue makes an even bigger.
All right, I gotta go work out. I gotta go eat some breakfast or something. I can't. Okay, this is part 1. As you see, I'm skipping through all this shit. But I'll make another video when I get back from working out and doing some other shit. I'm about to go bang my head on the wall once I come back from my concussion and from the hospital, from self-inflicted injuries, from torturing myself, watching this stupid shit for content. Listen, I need everybody to hit the like button. This is torture. And I'm trying to bring some entertainment value to this fuck shit from What the Dummy. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button before I want to throw my computer out the damn window so bad. And it's a pool right there next to where I stay. I need a break. I'm going to take a break. Then I'll come back. I need to clear my mind. I need to meditate. I need to Men in Black. I need hold on. Let me do this Men in Black little. I need Men in Black. Men in Black. Mind eraser. Yeah. This is exactly what I need.
Bath and Body Works and Disney have.
I need to erase the memory of my last 15 minutes. Yes.
Just a figment of your imagination.
Yes. Hurry up. Give it to me. Ooh, okay. All right, now. What was I doing again? I think I need to go work out. Okay. I'll be back. I got to go work out then. I'm supposed to come back and do something else. I don't remember, but I'll eventually remember again. All right, see y'all later. Yeah, I think.